Uh, I guess being found out that we were harboring Jews, and the whole family would be uh, shocked.
Very scary, huh? Very scary. All right, Kevin.
What did the Jewish child do during the day?
They would be in the house. They were never allowed to go outside because they looked Jewish. By that I mean Jewish people have certain characteristics. They have dark hair and noses.
Longer noses. Just different facial features
Yeah,
than.
yeah, and they just didn't fit in, so they would have to be hidden constantly.
All right, Christian, do you have a question?
Why did the Nazis kill the Jewish people?
I guess they just wanted to eliminate. They wanted to have an Aryan race. They wanted to just have, I guess, rule the world.
Good. Mylea, do you remember yours? Go ahead.
Did the Nazis ever have to ever go in your house and investigate?
Yes, they did. That few times they came in because they heard that we were harboring Jews. They came in and they looked around, and we acted very natural, and they did not find them because we did hide them. We had certain places in the house that they were hiding.
Good
And the
one.
next day, we would have to leave and go to another section of the city because we were afraid they would come back.
All right. You ready, Kanaya?
Did you ever have to lie to the Nazis so they didn't know that you were hiding a Jewish child?
Actually, no. I was never confronted.
Good one. Morgan.
Did you ever have a friend who you had to keep the secret from?
Well, I had many friends because I did go to school, but I could never discuss or bring anybody home because the secret would be out. So as young as I was, at 7 years old, I was not allowed to talk about it.
You ready, Lauren?
How old were you when you had to hide the Jewish child?
She might have answered that one. How old were you when you were hiding the children?
I was 7.
7 years old.
And we had them for 5 years.
Wow. It's a long time.
It's a long time to hide somebody.
Yeesh.
You ready, Isabella?
Why do you think that the Nazis hated the Jewish people?
That's a hard question. I think it's because they wanted an Aryan race, and they just didn't fit in.
I think a lot of people have spent a lot of time studying that and trying to figure that one out, Isabella. Daniela.
Were you ever in danger?
She said, were you ever in danger?
Constantly, all the time.
You ready?
Do you still have friends that you still talk to? Do you still talk to the people you hid?
Yes, I still do, yeah. One of them lives, actually 2 of them live in Israel. One of them is a nuclear scientist and the other one is a mathematician.
So, they couldn't go to school, so were they schooled at your house by your parents, or how did they continue to learn?
Well, I only went to school to actually 1 year when we were hiding them.
Oh, okay.
Because we were never able to stay in one place. We would always have to be on the move.
Right.
So I wasn't schooled at all either.
Okay.
Yeah. So we didn't go to school.
Okay. Different times. Are you ready, Fallon?
Do you know what happened to the boys' parents?
Yes. They were in the ghetto, and the father of the boys, he left to go to Palestine, which is Israel now, called Israel.
For our group,
Who are you looking for?
we have our group for it right now.
Okay, check in Miss Sturge's class. Okay, sweetheart.
And the father escaped Poland and went to Palestine, and he left the boys behind. The mother was dead.
Liz.
Probably he
Oh.
was hoping that he could send for the boys, but it never happened.
Did you speak any other languages during the war, other than English?
Polish.
Did you learn English when you were there, or was that you learned that when you came here? So can you still speak Polish?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Fluent.
You ready, Tristan? Got yours?
What would have happened if the Jewish Nazi armies found out that you were hiding
The Jews? Well, some of the families were hung on balconies, all of them hanging on balconies.
like
Yes.
Very
It's
different
very
times.
dangerous to hide Jews, very dangerous.
Different times, huh?
Yeah.
You ready, Aiden? You ready, Aiden?
what kind of rules did you live by at that time?
What kind of one?
What kind of rules did you live by at that time?
Well, there was no government. It's the Germans took over Poland, and we were occupied. We had no rights.
So the rules were do whatever the Germans tell you to do. So here we have different rights and freedoms that we've talked about in social studies and talking about Biztown as being a citizen, but they didn't have those rights anymore. The Germans took those away when they came through Poland. Does that make sense? Yeah. David?
How did you try to change your life after what happened?
Well, I became a refugee, came to the United States, and here I am.
We hear that story a lot, right? We even have some families like that, right? That have come from other countries.
Yeah.
Your grandparents?
My grandparents is grandparents. My grandmother's grandparents were from Czech. And then
Czechoslovakia?
they moved down here
Uh-huh.
and then had my grandmother's mother and then my grandmother's mother had children. And Uncle Bob, I can't remember the second one, and my grandmother.
Nice. All right. Jordan, you ready?
Did the Jewish kids come to you to hide them, or did you come to them?
My father knew a person that was sort of helping them out in the ghetto, and that person person contacted my father asking him, would you take those boys? Because they were friends of the family. And my father was he was a humanitarian. He really cared about people. And it was terrible what was happening there. And he said, yes, we'll take them.
Okay.
May I ask a question? What was your father? What profession was he before the war?
He was in business for himself.
Businessman?
Black market.
Oh, during the war.
All right, Brandon, you ready?
Yes, how did it feel when the war was over?
Elated. It was wonderful. We all just was so happy. And finally we were free. But actually we were not, because the Russians took us over.
Again?
You guys know the word elated?
Again.
You know the word elated?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah? To be elated. Imagine the war ending. What would you be feeling?
Excitement.
Excitement and relief, right? Elation, just complete happiness, all right? That's a great vocabulary word, all right? We might see that come up sometime, so it's good to know that. All right, Christian, have we done you yet? Yeah, who haven't we gotten to yet? Julian?
Did the Nazis ever find the Jewish child that you
No, they never did.
I never did. Remember when we read the start of the story? And they were at the dinner at his house? All right. Did everybody get the chance to ask their one question?
Yes. Can I ask another question?
Well, we have some people who have other questions, so we're going to make sure we get all the questions that are written down first, okay? All right. So who had a second question? Liz?
Where did you hide the children?
Oh, that's a good question.
Mostly in the cupboards, in Ship Road. That's about it. Yeah.
In one part
And
of
we didn't have many friends coming into the house because we were afraid that somebody would find out.
in one part of the story, they hide him in the couch.
Oh, yeah.
Where they and then they move the couch. They have to move him when they move houses. So he has to go inside the couch, and then they put the couch on the truck, and then they move him inside the couch. So,
Took the
right?
mattress out and put him in the couch.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Juan over here has not had.
you didn't have your first turn yet, Juan? Go, please.
Why did your family hide the Jewish child?
They felt bad for those people. They were suffering. There was too much suffering, and especially children. Many people did this.
We find lots of stories now of that happening, right? We've talked about Anne Frank, and we read The Butterfly, and there's lots of those types of stories.
And especially if you know someone, you want to help them.
What else? Can I have a second one?
Did Nazis ever get suspicious of your family?
Yes, many times. And when we got the drift that they were suspicious, we would have to pack up and leave the apartment and go to another section or another city. We were constantly on the move.
Morgan, you've got another one?
Did you think of the children as a family member?
Yes, we got very close because they were my friends. Yeah, we got very, very close.
You have a second one? Okay.
Well, this one I didn't write down, but I just thought of it. Was it hard for you to accept taking the Jewish children?
Actually, I had no choice in it. But it was fun for me because I had a playmate. I really enjoyed them. It was like having a brother, another brother.
All right, who's got one that's already written down? A second one. Sarah, go ahead.